the middle ear, okay, which goes from the eardrum and is kind of an ear-filled space, and then the inner ear itself. And where is the inner ear found? In this petrous portion of the temporal bone, right? So here's that petrous portion of the temporal bone. We open it up, and then these are the inner ear structures. So outer ear includes the, what is this called? Pinna, okay? Well, the ear itself, or the auricle. Different parts of it have different names. We don't need to know that. But this does have a function, right? This is not just something stuck on our head to give our heads more dimension, but it helps to funnel sound waves into our ear canal, okay? And remember, this ear canal, for lecture purposes, is lined with some glands called ceruminous glands, and their secretions, they're a type of a sweat gland, their secretions with the dead cells create the earwax that actually has a protective function, right? It keeps theoretically nasty stuff out of the ear. My little brother, when we were growing up, actually started freaking out one day, like, oh, I hear something. He actually had a ladybug that had crawled in his ear canal, was walking around on his eardrum. So it's not perfect, but it does a pretty good job. I guess that's why some people let it just fill up so it completely blocks the ear canal. But that's also, for those of you that are going to work clinically, people will come in often to an emergency room and say, I cannot hear out of my right ear all of a sudden. And why can't they hear? Because it's full of wax, okay? And you then get to clean it out and you heal them, and it's a wonderful feeling. They can hear again. So that's the outer ear. So remember, external auditory canal, okay, and the pinna, and then the tympanic membrane, which, depending on your model, you may or may not have if somebody's poked it or stolen it or something, okay? And normally it looks clear like this. If you grew up and had lots of ear infections, it's going to be very scarred, okay, and it's going to look more white than translucent. I want you to notice that through it you can actually see some of the ossicles, which are the tiny bones of the middle ear, okay? And you really can. If I had brought my otoscope, which I forgot today, you could look through my tympanic membrane and see some of the ossicles. Now, you need to know the names of these bones of the middle ear, okay? And the big one that you can see attached to it is called the malleus. You learned it as the hammer in elementary school, okay? And then next to it is the anvil-shaped one, the incus, okay? And then the stapes is the little stirrup structure. Everybody see it right there, okay? And the stapes is important because the base of that stirrup covers the oval window that is the opening to the inner ear, okay? So you need to know the names, malleus, incus, and stapes. Those are the ossicles of the middle ear. Now, just in case you want to know, I'll pass this around. These are actually the size of the ossicles of the adult human ear, middle ear, okay? So I'll pass this around so you can see it. They're pretty tiny, okay? Now, the middle ear is physically connected to the posterior pharynx, okay? And it's connected through the